Defensive end, her ability to block shots with her length, move her feet, guard away from the basket. They're going to need her to be aggressive and to get to the
back-to-back wins. They've held all 6 of their foes to 56 points or fewer. Tara Lawson, recently named USA Basketball Women's National Team head coach. Raven Johnson gets us started.
And right here, you're going to see a heavy dose of this Tessa Edwards screen. Right there, Tessa off the mark, but Dawn emphasizes getting the ball in the paint, making sure that you establish yourself and your dominance, and it starts right there.
Taina Mayer with the basketball. She runs the show for Duke. They have struggled offensively.
And Jackson is going to have to be aggressive. Obviously getting to the paint on that one, trying to draw the foul, but they need Jackson to do what she did last year in the NCAA tournament, set the tone on the offensive end.
They rely heavily on her three-point shooting. An empty trip for South Carolina. Here's Mayer crossing over in transition, and she puts it through.
And Mayer getting that one to go. South Carolina missing the mark on this end, having to be in transition. Duke taking advantage. I like that early push in transition.
A deep touch here. Early block. Medina Okote inside for South Carolina.
And Okote, you talk about the front court depth of South Carolina. SEC has been established by post players. South Carolina doing their fair share of making sure that it is tough on a nightly basis to face them.
Okote, a senior center by way of Mississippi State. She's got the rebound here.
And I would love if Toby would put the ball on the floor and attack that closeout. Okote does not want to guard her going to the basket.
Joyce Edwards on the baseline. Extra pass. Johnson from the slots. Comes up short. Mayer will drive the issue here. Boards it, brings it. They post early. Fournier gets left shoulder and scores.
And right there, a double post up. Great seal. Great offensive transition buckets for Duke early, which will open up things and give your teammates more confidence when you're struggling from the field.
Edwards dared to fire, and she misses. Another rebound for the guard. Taina Mayer. The right idea, wrong execution. Gamecocks get a steal. Edwards on the move. She splits 2 and gets 2.
And Edwards right there, just on full display. Her offensive bag, as you call it, just always calm, cool, and under control. Euro step.
I call it? Like, you think I can get away with being that cool in her bag in Las Vegas?
You can call it that.
With your permission, as Delaney Thomas scores.
Permission. She keeps doing things like that. That's in her bag.
Raven Johnson among the program's top 10 in career assists. Nia Latson with a scoring jolt through the transfer portal. Led the nation last year at Florida State.
And Latson having to adjust to every offensive play not being called for her. South Carolina shares the ball. They move the ball, and I think, honestly, in the big scheme of things, it'll be beneficial for her to play this style.
A great start from Mayer. She misses there. Jaden Donovan had a touch on the offensive glass. Edwards could not catch the deflected pass. It goes back to Duke.
Right there, Fournier doing a great job. Second effort, making things a little difficult, but Joyce Edwards is one of those players that will consistently run rim to rim and put pressure on your transition defense.
Yay off the elbow. Puts it down the lane and through.
Right there, Fournier being aggressive, taking it to the hoop. Put pressure on the defense. Don't settle for outside jump shots.
Last year, she redefined the freshman record book in Durham. Johnson looking to the corner.
And Duke early looking like they're willing to give up contested threes as Duke gets a 3-second call on South Carolina's Okote. But Duke doing a great job, not out pressuring, kind of playing a sagging man-to-man, content with giving up a contested three-point shot to take away their interior.
Okote leading in favor of Adele Tapp defensively now. She's up top, and she helps create that takeaway. It
looked as though the ball went off of South Carolina guard foot, and that is what Mayer is pleading as the refs didn't see it.
Tackle to Latson. Back up top, Raven Johnson. Now Tessa. Johnson with 10 to shoot.
And this is where Latson's at her best. They're going to load up because they know she wants to play one-on-one. That was great defense by Mayer and Duke on that possession. Latson.
She earns it right back.
And again, Mayer just cannot get the ball past half court. Duke knowing that Latson's going to go one-on-one into shot clock. Mayer doing a great job coming over, doubling. Donovan not fouling, and Thomas getting that steal, but Mayer gave it right back.
Latson gets a look. That was right all the way. One and done for the Gamecocks. Nina Mayer's been all over that. Fourth, and tomorrow will be their 5th straight game away from home.
And you know what travels? Layups. 8 paint points early for Duke. That's where they need to live, and that's where you start feeling good.
I swear defense was the answer to that question.
Yeah, defense a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
As Joyce Edwards gets that tough leaner to go, she's going to definitely put pressure on your defense. She's relentless in the paint. She can make things hard for your front court players.
She has 3 20-point performances already this season. Here is Ashlyn Jackson. Mayer, rise and fire. Why not? Taina Mayer. That's the kind of offensive lift Duke has been looking for.
And right there, all you have to do, as we saw in our first game, is see shots go down and then the confidence goes up.
Johnson waits for that ball screen. Cut off at the foul line. Spotting up Maddie McDaniel. Rattles out on her. One and done for the Gamecocks. Donovan with the rebound and her eyes up in transition. Delaney Thomas. Rotation over to Donovan. She doesn't want that shot. Jackson all the way to the short corner. 5 left to shoot. Jackson, late clock. Execution off the glass.
And Jackson right there, not settling, attacking the closeout and getting that nice friendly bounce off the window.
Latson has started 0 for 2 from the floor. Puts it in the hands of Johnson. He goes back to get it from Edwards. Well, 2-player game, left side. Duke wanted to travel, instead a Blue Devil foul.
Right here, Jackson doing a great job, drawing 2, finishing over Tessa Johnson with a nice kiss off the window. I love that Duke's not settling. Obviously, Mayer knocked down that 3 in the corner, but if you're Duke and you are struggling on the offensive end, you put a lot of pressure on the South Carolina Gamecocks defense if you try to hunt the paint.
So Ariana Robertson checking in for Duke, replacing Toby Fournier for the first time. Second foul shot upcoming for Joyce Edwards, who's at 64% for the young season.
And South Carolina taking its time figuring it out. They had a battle of the USC last weekend in LA, and Southern California played them tough in the first half. They were able to get away with it, causing turnovers and setting their defense. South Carolina loves to set their defense, capitalize off turnovers. So let's see what they do with Duke here early.
Thomas looking to go high-low. Oh, she threaded the needle to Robertson.
Robertson, that nice high-low action, sealing, taking on 2 defenders.
Robertson missed the first couple of games for Duke with that same knee injury that caused her the red shirt last year. Raven Johnson pulls and connects.
And Raven right there, if they're going to give you that much space, you step into that. That is a practice shot. She has worked on her game. She's worked on her shooting stroke.
Thomas from the top, back in the hands of Jackson, extending her range off the heel. And a rebound to Maddie McDaniel. Johnson on the run. Tough pass to Raven. Adele tacked over to screen for her. 2 minutes to go in the opening frame. Edwards, not this time. Scramble for the rebound out to Raven Johnson. And she's fouled. With a first on Jaden Donovan.
Right here. Tack keeping the ball alive. Raven Johnson getting in on the action where the posts normally live. Guards coming in there and then doing a great job sealing numbers, high-low. Roberson, that was textbook high-low.
Raven Johnson, a senior from Atlanta. In fact, she's connected to Tanaya Latson. They were teammates at Westlake High School. Their combined record as preps, 82-2. Won 3 state championships. They won a national championship in 2021. Now they'd like to do it again in college. Mayer lost the handle on the way up. Johnson quick around the corner, scoops it up and in.
And she does a little flex on that. That's patience, poise, and then attacking that secondary defense right there. Mayer has done a good job putting pressure on South Carolina's defense, but they have to be careful. They've had a couple turnovers in these last couple trips. This is what South Carolina needs, wants to get back in this game.
I'll give the coach another steal on the defensive end for South Carolina. She's on that near side block. Pivoting through 2 defenders. Everything but the bucket for Medina Coates. Riley Nelson in the game for the first time for Duke. Final minute of the first. Ina Mayer got him started.
Robertson with a nice pick and roll. Mayer's got to separate off of that to give her an opportunity for a roll.
Nelson missing from the mid-range. Rebound belongs to Miriam Dowda. Now on a rim run. A cut! Medina Coates. One of the top rebounders and shot blockers in the country. Showing off her offensive prowess in transition.
Oh, Coate doing a great job rim running. Dowda with the rebound outlet. That's a way to put pressure on the front court of Duke as they've gotten within 1.
7 unanswered from South Carolina. Shot clock turned off for Mayer and Duke. Rising over the bigs. And after 1, it's a 1-point